named Cedric Fernando Waters Jr. Instagram, Because I Said So. Because I CED so. Because I Said So. Then you got Twitter at Cedric Waters, no spaces.
What up? I'm Bowie. My Instagram So Soulful. My shoes Soul SOLE. And Twitter at So Soulful21. Basic.
Foam Posits. Foam Posit 1 Royals. It started when I was probably like 6 or 7 years old. My cousin, he worked at Foot Locker, and the shoe came out. And I walked right up to it, and you know, me, I got big feet, so I was like 6, 7 years old. And I wore like a
size 12.
Yeah, I was like a 9 or a 10. And I was like, Ma, let me get those, because I lived in the hood or whatever. And like niggas was on welfare, so they was able to get their shoes for cheap or whatever, for free, no hesitation. But my parents were working hard. So for them to just see a kid get a pair of $175 shoes back then, 180, yeah, it just wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. So, you know, ever since then, I had been on the lookout for that shoe forever. Unfortunately, that shoe's oversaturated, which we'll probably talk about later. But yeah, Foam Posit was that shoe that did it for me. Royals.
What did it for me was Payless shoes, really. I ain't gonna lie, coming up in elementary school, I had to rock some Payless shoes a couple times. And I used to get clowned by all the niggas with their fresh Jordans and Nikes on. And I remember I walked into Dilly's, and they had them Air More Up Tempos, them Pippins. And I seen that shoe, and I knew I had to get them. So what I did was I took a marker and wrote Air on my Payless. And so my daddy seen that, like, no, I can't be going to school like that. So he actually got them for me. And ever since then, I just been hooked on shoes.
Wow.
Yeah, I did it. I wrote Air. I was desperate for them. You're legit, you're gonna do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you ain't trying to get laughed at.
Yeah, that was a poke at my parents too, to get them for me, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm writing Air on my damn Payless shoes. You can just buy them. I had a little foot. My jump was like $50.
Yeah, you lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't never run into that.
My age was my shoe size.
That's what's up.
Like,
I ain't never had that, bro.
So Sed, what are you missing out your collection, and what are you trying to obtain?
I'm trying to obtain some more LeBrons. I really like the PE game. You know, again, like, it's just so cliche of me because, like, it just sounds like I'm doing what everybody else is doing. But, like, honestly, me, him and I, and some other homies. There's another dude named Tony Ruiz, another homie named Daniel God. What up? How y'all doing? And Jerry Ben Walker. They into LeBrons, too. Like, it has to be the LeBrons. I slept on a pair of Air Zoom Generations. And I remember in high school, we was like, yo, them joints is weak, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I felt that way. He probably didn't feel that way.
As soon as they came out.
And I was like, dang, man, I slept on those. And I had a pair of weak ones I could have had. I slept on that too. But pretty much, I'm probably going to have to say some graffiti LeBrons, man. Yeah, graffiti LeBron for side note, 16 Assassin. You copied them off an old sneaker. I was like a week away from getting them, but you already had them in your possession. He DM'd me and everything on
salty.
Twitter. Super salty. I'm kind of tight about that. That's what I'm looking for, though.
Ain't no kind of.
Yeah, graffiti, whatever you want to call them, Big Apples, NYCs. I need them. Man.
I'm still trying to get them South Beach Kings. Like, for real. When I seen them come out with them pink laces, how it changed the game. Still couldn't get them to this day. Still trying. And this is super wishful thinking, because I don't know if I'm ever gonna get them, but them Dons, them Kanye Louis, I know I gotta save them for like 2 years, but I'm gonna try to get them. I ain't did nothing too crazy. I mean, only thing I did really was camp out. Like, I never thought I'd camp out for a shoe when the coppers came out, and he hit me up, so told me he was gone. So that was the only thing I did. It was crazy because it was cold that night. It was like 50 damn degrees. We out there doing lawn chairs, trying to huddle up. But yeah, that was the only crazy thing I. It's one, yeah. It's always some dude trying to beat the system. So like we we was out there camped out, you know. We was there first, so we know we in front of everybody. It come morning time, you know, the sun done came up. These two niggas come like riding up, peeping it out. Next thing you know, they disappear. We laughing at them like, y'all came in the morning.
Super late.
All of a sudden, they open up the mall doors. These niggas posted up in front of Foot Locker, recording everybody coming in. You know, just standing there with the camera.
Yeah,
So we like, how y'all got in here?
We recording y'all.
The manager came out.
I see y'all.
We was here first, see? We got them on camera. So I'm trying to tell the manager, you know they doing some bogus stuff, because why they got their cameras out in the first place? That's some premeditated shit right there. They just in the, yeah, look at these. So the manager had to go ahead and let them get their shoes first, because technically they was in line first. But I got my pair, they ain't wearing my size. But Kelton, our homeboy Kelton, he couldn't get his size because one of them, I paid $370, no, just $400 for DMP 6s. That was the most I ever paid. But that was at the time where I had a lot of money to do that. Now it's a little, you know, I can't splurge like that. Now I got shit to handle, but yeah, $400 for the DMP 6s.
I don't really know what it would be for me. I mean, because I never really paid that much. Some people say it's the gift and the curse, or, well, I say it's the curse of being a size 15. Some people say it's the gift where you get stuff for like dumb cheap, but that really doesn't always happen.
So it's outlet.
I gotta say probably 300, 375 maybe, 375. I'm not even sure, man, to be honest with you. Because like, I mean, this is another thing for you kids out there, you know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all fall into this buyer's market and all this kind of stuff. Excuse me, seller's market. But like, you can find your stuff if you really look for it, you know? And I'm not really even looking for it. Sometimes that stuff just falls in our laps. I mean, but you just gotta start networking. It's all about like Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. That stuff really does work, you know, Facebook for getting your tick. Because I mean, you got them other sites, I'm not gonna say their names, but they be having forums and all that kind of stuff. You already know what I'm talking about. Some dudes be just like, oh, it's on this site, so we're gonna go ahead and rate these jits, and people end up paying it. But I refuse, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's a PE or something like that. A PE hyper strike, quick strike, something where I couldn't get it because I was working, or I was out of town and Florida Mall was packed or something like that. Like, I'm not gonna pay outrageous money for a shoe that, I mean, unless it's a shoe that I really, really want. And it has to be up there on the list. Has to be.
No. Right now, I slowed down a little bit. Like I said, I got some stuff I need to handle, but I'm trying to be that old nigga, 60 years old, fresh shoes on, with a cardigan or something.
On this Robin Williams type stuff.
Straight up. Yeah, I'm always gonna have shoes. And if I have a daughter, son, whatever, they gonna have some shoes. Boyfriend, girlfriend, they better have some shoes, else they can't date my kids. Something like that.
That's true.
Straight up.
It started for me when I was 6, 7, as I said. Like, I mean, I couldn't afford it. Yeah, when you're a jit. I mean, if you're in it for other people, then I guess you could say that them jits are probably gonna leave it. That's probably what this new wave of kids that's in the shoes is gonna do. But like, that's OG. I'm not even saying I'm OG. I'm only 23, so I mean, I'm not even OG in it. But yeah, these new jits, you know, they just doing it because they see other people breaking their necks and stuff. But like, this is for them it's sneakerheads. It's sneaker life. That sounds so lame. That's a tough question. You might want to cut it right there, but nah. I mean, there's different type of definitions for sneakerheads. Yeah. Like, we used to go by sneakerheads. You know, people used to go, oh, you such a sneakerhead and stuff. But it's overused now. You know, oversaturation of anything just kills anything. So like, I mean, yeah, we are sneakerheads, but I say I'm a shoe wearer now, because like sneakerheads are the type of dudes that like collect their stuff.
Might not even rock them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I wear almost everything I own. Even like my game worn 25.5s, like LeBron wore those in the playoffs. I wear those, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that though.
I mean, I should.
I don't know about that.
You got a pair of shoes LeBron wore?
And he wearing them.
Yeah. Shout out to Zay.
Blasphemy.
Zay Torfa. What up, man? How you doing?
Have a glass box with
I mean, I'm about to, you know, I rocked them like twice. I wore them to a Dunkin' Exchange and I wore them to work one time, you know. But I mean, that's OD. I shouldn't have did that, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have. But like, again.
Just don't do it again.
Yeah, I'm not, they going up. I cleaned them up and all that kind of stuff. They just sitting in the box. I gotta get them insulated, ventilated, warm. Yeah.
That's gonna be some cheese one day.
Again, shout out to Zay Torfa, ZAID_Torfa, TORFA. He looked out for me, man. If I told y'all how much I paid for them, y'all probably be like, yo, they fake. That's all I can say. I probably shouldn't even did that so I can get my hood rich and stuff.